Hot Springs Village Inside Out is a closer look at the greatness of Hot Springs Village, Arkansas and the surrounding areas. People, places, experiences. Hot Springs Village is one of the most beautiful places on earth. Join me, Randy Cantrell, and my co-host Dennis Simpson as we engage in weekly conversations to explore Hot Springs Village Inside Out. Today's show is brought to you by Central Arkansas's favorite radio station, KVRE. Find them on the dial at 92.9 FM. Stream them live at kvre.com. RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village. The award-winning RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village is the largest real estate office inside the village with over 30 full-time agents and support staff. Visit them to learn more about this beautiful place to solve your real estate needs. Call them today at 1-800-364-9007. Find them online at explorehsv.com. They are RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village at 1-800-364-9007 or online at explorehsv.com. Ike Eisenhower State Farm. Ike and his award-winning team have been serving the insurance needs of folks all around Hot Springs Village since 1998. Ike has qualified for State Farm's President's Club, Chairman's Circle, and Hot Springs Village Insurance Agent of the Year. Call Ike Eisenhower State Farm today at 501-984-4100. That's 501-984-4100. Find them online at ikeeisenhower.net. Call them today for all your insurance needs because, like a good neighbor, Ike Eisenhower State Farm is there.
So, Tamara, when I call the Beehive, a guy that sounds a lot like me says, we have new owners. And I think, well, that's interesting. So we really do have new owners again, right?
We do. A repeat new ownership message. But see, you didn't even have to change it. It worked.
I shouldn't. It's a good reason to be generic and not mention any names. You know,
that's exactly right. You didn't mention any names, and so it works just fine.
I feel like the Baptist church at the corner that just has the sign that says "New Pastor." You know, so he may maybe you don't want to know his name. Maybe you don't want to know his name.
Well, hopefully this is the last ownership change. So hopefully we're settled in now.
Let's put this in granite, shall we? We'll chisel it into the church side, right?
Exactly. That's our hope, that message eventually will say, come back and see the owners instead of we have new owners. So
how about the new permanent owners are?
Exactly. Well, we're thrilled to be here. Everybody has been super welcoming, and we've met a lot of people in the community. Hopefully we'll meet the rest of the community as they come in one by one, but it's gone very well, actually.
Well, give us your introduction. How did you find the village? Where do you live? Where are you from? All that fun stuff.
Yeah, sure. So native Arkansan. So I grew up in Texarkana, so southwest Arkansas.
So barely Arkansan, but still Arkansan.
Hey, on the Arkansas side. So let's be clear.
You're down there with the Huckabees. I know those kind of people.
Hey, Pastor Huckabee was the pastor of my church when I was growing up. So that's another story for another day.
I was actually the sound man at our church when he came to speak one time, and he said that he and Janet were in Texarkana, and that they were youth pastors, for the youth, and that they pulled up to an intersection, and there was a woman beside them screaming at her kids in the back seat, going, "You kids sit down back there!" And she's just screaming and hollering. And Janet smugly turned to Mr. Huckabee and said, "Our children won't be like that." And he said, she was right. Ours were a lot worse.
Well, they were a great family, and so I grew up there in Texarkana. I've been in Little Rock metro area, so Little Rock and Hot Springs for 30 years. So it's been a while. My family is still in Texarkana, but I've been in the Little Rock Hot Springs area for a long time. And I actually was in healthcare for 30 years. So when I retired from healthcare, My background is in social work, and then my PhD's in healthcare administration. So when I finished my healthcare career, I wanted to impact the state of Arkansas in a different way.
Huh.
And we have a ton of food insecurity in the state of Arkansas. So I did two things. I opened up a nonprofit called the Village of Hope. And through the Village of Hope, I have volunteer chefs that cook for people in need once a month, and we deliver food to them. And then the second thing I did is I came upon an organization called Chefs for Seniors. And I approached my older brother, Tim, and said, hey, you're retired from healthcare too. How about we go and build a Chefs for Seniors Arkansas division? So we've been doing that, and actually are now covering 23 counties in Arkansas and 2 in Texas because of Texarkana.
Yeah.
And have executive chefs all over the state working every day, going into homes.
Now, hang on. When I initially got the call from Steve, and he said, we've sold the Beehive, and it's you need to talk to Tamara, and I'm like, okay, and she's got an email address that's Chefs for Seniors, and I'm like, I mean, to be very frank, and I'm just saying what I think maybe some other people thought, I was like, okay, well, she now has a commercial kitchen. Maybe she's just buying the Beehive for a commercial kitchen, which is a great idea. But then when you explained how it worked, I'm like, oh, this is genius. So explain how Chefs for Seniors work, because I was not familiar with it at all.
Yeah, sure. Happy to. So we have a lot of clients in the village. Thank you to all of them that might be watching this. So the Chefs for Seniors concept is really built upon obtaining fresh, healthy food and companionship. So in that model, we actually send an executive chef into your home. They plan a menu with you. They go to the store, buy all of the ingredients. They come to your kitchen and cook that menu for you with their own cooking utensils. And then they clean up and package the food, put it in your fridge, and out they go. So those executive chefs get a relationship with you. They get to learn what you like, what you don't like. They're there usually once a week or every other week cooking for you and your family, and they can customize your diet. So whatever special needs you need to have every week, they can customize it. So that's really the beauty of the Chefs for Seniors model, is the customization.
So it's like the cooking fairy comes to your house. Is that what I hear?
That's it. That
and
is it.
With no downside. And they clean up. That was what I was going to say. And they clean up. I joke that Diane is a great chef. She's a great cook. It's wonderful. But I know when she's been in the kitchen cooking, because I'll grab the refrigerator door handle and I'm like, what's on the door handle here? And cleanup is half the battle, I'd say also, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. So they do that kind of work. That's primarily what we do. Not just for seniors. That's just the name. It's a personal chef service. We cook for people of all ages every week. Lots of professional, busy families need our help. And then we also do dinner parties, brunches, lunches, groups that want to gather but also don't want to cook for their friends or family.
Yeah. So
we do that work. And so that's actually how we got to know Judy and Steve. We had partnered with them for some special events at the Beehive and also at their home for some of the clubs that they're a part of. Yeah, so we were sending chefs in to do those kinds of parties for them.
And I don't mean to interrupt. I apologize. No. I really do. And I can see the synergy there. I couldn't initially, but so you'll forgive me if I think, okay, well, you could get a commercial kitchen out of this, which is a great deal, and do catering and whatever. But you've decided to leave, obviously, the Beehive open, but continue the entertainment aspects. So where's that going to go? What are we going to do?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the Beehive is a special place. And so when we heard it was up for sale, it wasn't about the commercial kitchen, although that's a great addition to our Chefs for Seniors work. If we have a client that needs our help, but doesn't want us, to cook in their home, we would have access. But the Beehive has been here a long time. All of the community is well aware of what it is here. It is a hangout. And the live music and the trivia and the new things we have planned, so I'll preview some of that here with you, is really designed to focus on that sense of community. So we wanted to keep that intact. We want to add to it. We want to elevate the menu. So I have one of my executive chefs now in the kitchen at the Beehive every day.
Oh,
So
wow.
the menu will look different. But as far as the place to hang out and all the activities that everybody is so accustomed, there will be more of those, not less. And the fan favorites will stay.
Well, let
I'm
me
not
ask.
taking away any fan favorites.
No fan favorites. So I got it. Speaking of my fan favorites, I wasn't able to make it this last week, but I hear that the fine folks from Bad Habit kind of tore the place down.
Oh, man, they are an amazing group. If you haven't heard them, you absolutely should. Fun fact, I had no idea who they were when they arrived. And when they arrived, I was like, you guys look familiar to me. And they're like, yeah, we went to school with your son. So the guys in Bad Habit are Pulaski Academy graduates, and so is my son.
Really?
And they all know each other. So when they showed up, I was like, who are these kids? I know these kids. They're not in a band. And they're like, yes, we're in a band now.
And doing well in a band. And yes, you're right. They are kids.
Well.
They don't, I don't think any of them shave. I'm not pretty sure it's kind of iffy.
Well, they're getting a little older, but yeah, they're youngsters still, and they did a fantastic job. And their mom was a teacher at PA, and I know her. And so it was kind of like a homecoming, so to speak, and to see them so successful. But they did an amazing job, and the community rallies around them and other bands when they're here. It was packed. Lots of people tasting Chef Seth Bailey's food for the first time. So I was happy they got that chance, and just having a lot of fun, lots of dancing. I'm sure there's lots of videos out there of people dancing Saturday night when Bad Habit was here. So it was a great night for everybody, I think.
Well, that's a trust thing, because it just now dawned on me you'd never heard them play. You didn't know if they were any good or not. And I kept saying when we had chatted before, I'm like, oh my Lord, have you heard Bad Habit? And you're like,
everybody kept telling me that.
No, but they're going to be here Saturday. I'm like, whoa, yeah, well, bar the door, because you're going to have as many as you were. I'm just guessing, were you turning people away? Did you?
I bet. We
were.
We had to turn people away again. So I was definitely telling people as they were calling and getting on the wait list, we'll call you back if someone doesn't show up. But we're full, and they're like, oh man, you need more seats. So we'll talk to the fire marshal about that and see if we have any more capacity. But we did have to unfortunately turn some people away, and they're so popular. People were leaving Saturday night, making reservations for the next time they're here in July.
In July, so, really?
They have a following.
Oh, yes, they do have a following, and they're fantastic. And for those of you that don't know, and you can Bad Habit Band, I think, in Little
Rock. Yeah.
So. But they've got Facebook pages, they've got whatever. But basically, they do the classic rock that you and I grew up with. So every boomer goes, "Oh my God, they're doing ZZ Top, they're doing and they're absolutely fantastic. They're really
everybody was singing along, enjoying it. It takes you back to all the good classics. So they did a great job for sure.
Well, where are we going from here? You said there's some other changes. What do you think we're going to be doing?
Yeah, so we're keeping, of course, most people in the community know Thursday night here at the Beehive is trivia night. That will continue. Friday and Saturday night live music, that will continue. So we needed to find something fun for Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So Tuesday night will be, I don't know what to call it. You should weigh in on this. We're doing something for the guys. It'll be guys' night. I don't know what to call it. But men's night. I don't know. We got to come up with a fun
Man Cave Monday, something like that.
Yeah. So Tuesday night we'll do something for the guys. Working on something fun that would draw the guys and their partners out, to come and have fun with us. And then Wednesday night, we're doing ladies' night karaoke. So that will be starting up. And then probably the big change is that starting on July 11th, so that's the week all of this will start, that week of July 10th, we're closed on Mondays, but on Tuesday, we will be starting daily brunch from 11 to 2. So we'll have brunch specials and brunch drink specials as well every day.
Every day?
Every day.
Tuesday, not just Saturday and Sunday?
No, Tuesday through Saturday, we'll be doing brunch for everybody. So we hope folks will come out and see us.
So here's what happens with Dennis, right? Diane and I work late every night, literally every night. We get up later during the day, and about, I don't know, say 1 o'clock, I'm thinking I could take a breakfast sandwich or a whatever, What will the menu look like as I come into your door every day, Tuesday through Thursday?
you have to come see it. So Chef is preparing a special brunch menu, so you'll see all different things if you come at brunch versus if you come at dinner time, which starts at 4 o'clock. So come check it out. There'll be, that traditional breakfast foods, but we'll also have some lunch type foods for those of you that maybe don't like eggs and egg focused dishes. So there'll be a great variety, having some drink specials, like mimosa flights and fun things for you guys to have during brunch.
This starts the 11th. Let me write this. Hang on, 11th.
Make a note on your calendar.
11 at about 11. Is that right? On the 11th?
11 to 2. Yeah, 11 to 2. Come see us.
Really? So, okay. So give me the spell. So Monday we're closed. Hang on, Sunday. Are they still doing the jazz brunch sometimes, or how does that?
Well, they were having them a special, every once in a while, and we'll try to bring that back if we can, get some musicians that want to come out and see us. We try to be closed on Sundays and Mondays for our staff. They need a break. And we need time to do our preventative maintenance. A lot of work goes into running a restaurant. So we use those days to get any maintenance and repairs done. And our staff is here prepping for the week ahead. So even though we're only open on Tuesdays through Saturdays, we're here every day getting ready for those hours that we're here, and you can come see us in person. So
a Tuesday morning at 11 o'clock, we're going to start serving brunch on the 11th.
Yes.
And that's from 11 till 2. And then from 2 to 5, are you closed, or?
We'll take a break. We'll clean. We'll get ready for the night crew. So we'll be taking a little break in the afternoon to switch over to our dinner menu. So, okay. Yes.
And then from 5 to roughly what time? 9, 5 to 9, 5 to 10 on Tuesday nights?
Yeah, so we just changed our hours, which is something people may not have heard about yet. So we wanted to stay open later. Mm-hmm. A lot of people were calling saying they'd like for us to be open a little later. So Tuesday,
I bet, yeah. That's why I was prompting you. Well, what's going to happen now? Yeah,
I forgot to mention that. So Tuesday through Thursday, we're open 4 to 10 now, okay. Mm-hmm. And then on Friday and Saturday, we're open 4 to 11. So the kitchen closes an hour before we close and lock the doors of the building so they can get cleaned up in the kitchen. But so we're open an extra hour for people. And the last week was the first time we did those hours, and wondering, would we have people coming in later? And we had a lot of people that would come in after golf, after they had been in Hot Springs for the day, and they were coming back to the village at 8 o'clock at night, and they were hungry and they were thirsty.
And there was literally nothing open because we had rolled up the sidewalks at 6:30 like we do, right?
Well, we're here, so come see us Tuesday.
Well, that is Friday. Fantastic news. I really wanted to highlight that, and we've got you. You'll be on the radio show this coming weekend. And the reason I bring that up is because we want to talk about those expanded hours. We want to talk about the times and the difference in the menu. How would you, and I know it's not a revolutionary, but an evolutionary change in the food or the menu. How would you categorize the menu? Is it's not to go, or what would you call it?
Yeah, I would say as I look at the menu overall, I describe it as fresh, meaning that the flavors are fresh. They're definitely different. It's a lighter menu than it was before. We still have some, fan favorites there, but the chef is really focusing on using ingredients he can get fresh. And so I've talked to a lot of the customers about this. So we actually go by the farmer's market on our way here to get fresh fruit and fresh vegetables. That's really important to us, that we're serving the highest quality and the freshest we can get. So one of the fan favorites around here is shrimp tacos. We can't get fresh shrimp every day. Mm-hmm. So that's why you won't see it on the menu every day. So once we get it, when we can get it fresh for that day, you'll see it as a special. but it's just very important to us that we're not serving frozen food. We really want it to be freshly prepared. Lots more salads on the menu than we had before. Just lighter fare all around. The tacos are fresh and lighter. There's still a burger on the menu. I encourage you guys to try it. It's one of the best I've ever had. And then some combinations of flavors. A lot of people have tried our special right now, which is the Queen Bee, which is fresh apples and fresh honey. So we have a local Hot Springs Village honey maker that's bringing us honey every week. So that's the kinds of things you'll see on our menu. When we can get those fresh ingredients, you'll see us offer a special on that. And so the menu may change some. And then we'll start to add things back that people are really interested in having, want to continue to elevate the vegetarian and vegan options. Not a lot of those on the menus around here. So we want to try to elevate that a little bit. And then just as I would say, the combination of flavors with an executive chef versus a cook in the kitchen, you should expect a different palate when you come in. You will have a different flavor, even on a traditional dish than what you're accustomed to.
Well, a couple of things. So, I mean, and I get it because I mean, turnip and crawdads are not in season every day. I mean, I can see Tamara out in the creek. Whoa. Here's some more crawdads. That etouffee is not going to make itself now.
That's right.
But, well, maybe not. We have a semi-famous legislator nearby who his father would always call and say, Mr. Simpson, those turnips were really looking good. And oh my Lord, that poke salad, you got some good looking poke there. Now, is anybody else going to get that poke? I said, no, Mr. You can have all the poke salad you want. Well, no, and let me tell you something. I need to go to the 5 Mile High View for a minute, because I mean, sure. When Greg was opening this place, I was interviewing him, and I've got some history here. One of the things at the beginning, Cindy Erickson, who was the president of the board for a while, was a investor member. And one of the things that she proudly proclaimed, and I think it's very interesting if you're interested in the cuisine here at the Beehive, there is no deep fat fryer. Right. There is no fryer. So, if you're coming looking for a bunch of onion rings and a fried chicken steak, nope, this is probably not the place. Is that fair, Tamara?
That's fair. Now, I think Chef has a vision for lighter, and trying to figure out different ways of cooking. So, chefs sometimes will use a fryer in a stage of the process. But right now, absolutely, you're right. And everything is much lighter than you would expect. For a lot of people come in here, especially vacationers, and they'll think it's a pub. And so they're looking for French fries and fish and chips.
Yeah, fish and chips. I was about to say fish and chips. Yeah.
Yeah, we can't cook that back there. So that's not something we have back there. So yes, we're trying to figure out exactly what fits our new menu, and then what people are really after. There's a lot of great restaurants here in the village, and I hope to get the chance to visit all of them and get to know them as business owners. A lot of them have come by and welcomed me, and I appreciate that very much. And so we want to all offer something different. I mean, there needs to be variety in the village as far as where you can go. There's plenty of people that live here to experience all the different restaurants. So we certainly don't want to be the same. And hopefully people will start to figure out what they'll want to come to the Beehive and eat versus what they, want to go somewhere else and eat. And so that's really our goal. And Chef is always inspired every day. He almost every single day comes up with a new idea that he wants to add. So I'm trying to temper how fast we grow the menu. We did downsize it so we can become experts in the new menu, but now we'll start to add some things back. One of my personal favorites, several people in the community have already gotten hooked on this, is bread pudding. So we have a new bread pudding that has a homemade rum sauce with fresh strawberries when strawberries are in season. And so I encourage people. So it'll be things like that you'll see us offering and talking about. Whatever we can get fresh for the day is what we'll focus on.
I tell you what, I need to give the 5 mile high view. And that is, not everything's going to be available every day. Not everything, the menu may not have what it had on it last week, but it'll be fresh. It'll be the very best we can bring you that day. And that's reality. Look, do I go to Walmart and buy cantaloupes? Yeah. Does it take forever for them to ripen? And then some days they ripen all at once. And I'm like, what happened? This cantaloupe has had a rough life before it got to me. I'm pretty sure it got gassed and then degassed and then, refrigerated. Right. And it's been a tough world from Mexico or wherever it came from. All that to say, when you're realistic about that, narrows down your choices. And some days things aren't available on the menu. And instead of going, realize if it's not on the menu today, you weren't going to get it fresh.
Yeah, thank you. That is exactly the bottom line to it. And the other thing I would say is we're actually now reaching out to people in the village. We would like to shop with local businesses in the village. So people that have local produce, people that have local eggs, I told you we found a honey guy in the village. So all of those people, we really want to do business with our friends here in the village, and we're seeking those people out and talking with them about making a stop by every day, and we'll go shopping to see what they have. And so it's been a lot of fun establishing those relationships and getting, like you were just describing, our goal is to have that freshest, what we can get that day, the freshest. And that means we do a lot of shopping every day, but it's our commitment to do something different for the residents of the village.
I think I speak on behalf of the village when I say thank you. Seriously, but it's obviously an option. Late night dining, brunch dining, flexible hours, fresher ingredients. Look, I'm never going to disparage any of our other restaurants here in the area, because you're right, there's some fantastic ones. But that said, that's a unique mix that we don't usually see. There's a guy that lives back behind me. There's a three-story beautiful building that looks out over the lake, and a great guy. And they're from London, England. And I asked him one time, I said, so how do you get from London to Hot Springs Village? And his answer was great. He said, it's not a direct flight. So I was going to say, Tamara, how do you get from being a PhD in human relations to an executive, to director, a boss of executive chefs and the Beehive? It's not a direct flight, is it? No?
It's not, but there's a lot of similarities. People ask me that question a lot. So I always tell people, for 30 years as a healthcare administrator, I was running complex healthcare systems where people's lives were on the line. Owning a restaurant is very similar.
There are parallels.
Owning a restaurant is just as complex. Same thing with the executive chef business. It's all about operations. And it's really, for us, it's about the people. And so my background in social work and healthcare, it's because I care about people. And so that's what I enjoy about the Beehive so far has been remarkable. Is the people that come in and want to talk and want to tell me their stories and want to learn. As you are asking, how in the world did you get here? What are you doing? And I hope, and I've had this feedback and I appreciate it so much, is people say, you look like you're having a lot of fun. And I am, because I love the people. I love the work. We have a great team. The team that was established here, plus my team that I brought from Chefs for Seniors Arkansas, they have become one family, and it's just been so quick and easy to get off the ground with the people we've had, and then just the support of the community. So I enjoy it, and it is just as complex as running healthcare systems that crossed 100 locations across the country. It's just that complex.
But, maybe more.
But it's a lot of fun, and we're having a lot of fun. It's a lot of hard work, And I'm lucky that my people have just really embraced that challenge, and they've really come together, and we didn't miss a beat. Somebody said, "Oh, well, did you close for a couple of weeks?" I was like, we didn't even close for one shift. We just
Really?
kept going. And that's just how you'll see this team perform, is we'll keep pushing through and just pull together and go at it as a group. So that's what we've done.
What I'm hearing is that it's just like healthcare, except there's no beer, wine, and spirits involved, or not as much.
Exactly. Not as much.
Not sanctioned and authorized.
I did work for a Catholic healthcare system, but still not on that level. Not on that level.
So the Catholic marches boldly into the liquor store. Okay. The Methodist goes through the drive-through. And the Baptist goes up and he says, "Hey, buddy, when you go in, can you get me some?"
Exactly.
Well, I can't tell you, Tamara, it literally has. We wish you the very best. We'll obviously be checking in on a regular basis, probably every month or so, or every couple of months, because it's going to be crazy, right?
Would love to hear from you. Thank you for reaching out and spreading the word about what we're doing. And I look forward to meeting everybody as they come in.
I think you're going to have a blast. And this weekend, who's on the menu? Because this will be coming out Friday. So Friday and Saturday.
Yes. So Saturday night, the band is Liquid Kitty.
Oh, boy, yeah. Another regular favorite.
Very popular.
They were at Oaklawn earlier in the month, yeah.
Yeah, and so I know that's fireworks night. So what we're encouraging people to do is swing by here, have a good meal, listen to some music on your way to the fireworks show Saturday.
Because the fireworks don't begin until 9:15.
Yeah, you got plenty of time. Come on by.
If you drink enough, you won't even need the fireworks, I hear tell. Tamara, it's been a pleasure. Dennis Simpson, Hot Springs Village Inside Out. We will see you next time.
Thanks for watching and listening to Hot Springs Village Inside Out, a weekly podcast starring Hot Springs Village, Arkansas. Visit the website at hotspringsvillageinsideout.com.